Hey y'all, this is Amanda with She's a Mad Gardener, and today I'm excited to show you my latest seed haul. All of these seeds I'm going to be showing you today are from Etsy, which is a little bit different for me. Typically I buy from bigger companies such as I like to buy bulbs from Brex, Johnny Seeds, rareseeds.com, Sunflower Selections. I mean, I like to buy a lot of stuff online, and I like to buy from bigger companies, but I have a lot of gardening friends who swear by seeds on Etsy. Now, in all fairness, I did find that the seeds on Etsy are more expensive, like double. So this will be interesting, utilizing these seeds, seeing how well they do, and seeing if there is maybe a better germination rate. I will say I was able to find a lot more unusual seeds. Whether or not they actually end up being what they're supposed to be, I don't know. Buffy, you're doing a lot of Buffy's running around and her little tag is jingling around. But anyway, so let me talk to you about some of them. So basically, as I'm going through these seeds, I'm going to talk about the seed, and then I'm going to put up a photo of the seed so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and definitely the company. So let's start with one particular company called Enchanted Dreamer Company, and I'll put their link down below so that you can kind of see where we're at. And they had a ton of seeds, a wide variety of seeds. I actually thought their prices were pretty comparable to what I would pay on some of the larger companies. So, but I got a wide variety. First one I got was a pom-pom dahlia seed mix. And I've never grown dahlias from seed. I've always grown them from tubers. So this should be interesting. Okay, so these pom-pom dahlia mix, they grow about 3 to 4 feet tall. It says they have an abundance of blooms. They're great for cut flowers. They're perennial in zones 8+. I'm at zone 8A, so sometimes my dahlias come back, sometimes they don't. It just kind of depends. And then this mix is a mix of 25 mixed color dahlia seeds. So I won't know exactly what colors I have until they actually start blooming. Okay, next I have red wave sunflower. I'm always drawn to the darker red sunflowers with the dark centers. I think they're absolutely beautiful. These grow to about 3-4 feet tall. They are obviously annuals, and they are supposed to bloom with flowers in 50 to 60 days. So I actually might put these out this season just to see what I can get from them. Okay, so this next one, I was actually basically drawn to the name. It's called a moon carrot. So that should be an interesting seed. It was pretty expensive for only 10 seeds, but let me read you the description on this. This magical plant of silvery blue succulent-like stems with lacy foliage and pink blooms that mature to white and turn into perfectly spherical moons with multiple blooms on each stem. I was like, okay, yeah, I want to grow that. So they grow about 24 inches tall. Germination temps are 24 to 75. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and start these and maybe try to overwinter them. We'll see. Next on these, I was drawn to the colors. They are called cranberry beans. And I was like, yes, okay, that sounds absolutely beautiful. So pink cranberry beans. We got a really good amount of them. It was 50 beans for $3, which I thought was really good. These are bush beans, so they do not need staking, which I was kind of psyched about that. And then you can harvest the pods in 60 days. So I might actually try this out now. Let's see, and as shelling beans, you can harvest the pods in 60 days and shelling beans in 80 days. So it's a bright pink and white mottled creamy texture of the look. So I'm excited to get these a try. I think they'd be fabulous on my trellises in the backyard. This next one is pink lettuce seeds. They're called Lolo Rosso Pink Passion. And so they are a lettuce seed. Apparently I got 300 seeds. I don't feel like it looks like 300 seeds, but also I'm not willing to spend the time counting them out, so we'll just see. So this will be my first time ever trying lettuce. These particular seeds come from, this company is Fort Myers, Florida, which I think is kind of cool. These typically, they're ideal for temps in the 60s to 80s. We can sow in the spring, summer, or fall in cooler climates, and fall and winter and springs in zones 9+. So I might give them a go in the fall and see if I can get a harvest before the winter hits, or I might wait for early spring. We'll see what ends up happening, but I thought they were really pretty, so we'll check them out and see what they look like. And the next set of seeds is called Night and Day Snapdragons, and I'm going back to look up information on them, and I think that I might have bought some of the last seeds, and so now the information about these seeds is gone, which I'm like, that literally defeats the purpose of what I need. I mean, there's some information on these. They've done a good job. Sowing temp 60 to 70 degrees, sowing depth barely covered, spacing 18 inches, sprout in 10 to 12 days, annual, can be grown in a container, which is great. But I guess I wanted to be able to easily access the information on their site. So that might be something to consider about Etsy shops, that once you buy the last set of seeds, that it's not easy to find the information. So I'll have to see if I can track down a little bit more information about these. Okay, next are a set of pink balloon flowers. I have purple balloon flowers in my garden and I love them. I don't use them as a cut flower, but they're a really beautiful filler for different areas of my garden, and they bloom profusely and they're cool blooms. And so I have them in purple. I thought it might be good to have them in pink, and this actually says that if you follow the directions correctly, you'll have near 100% germination on these seeds. So I was definitely sold on that. This is not very many seeds, maybe 20 seeds in here total. So that'll be interesting. They are about 2 feet high. Oh, the listing is for 20 seeds, yes. 2 feet high, and then the zones 3 to 9. So these will be interesting. I'll be excited to try those out. Okay, on this next one, I was completely drawn by the photo. These are called Nora Barlow Pink Columbine Seeds. So these should be really interesting. Flowering shade perennial. I haven't grown a lot of columbine. A lot of gardeners swear by columbine. I haven't been particularly drawn to them because I don't like how thin the blooms are. But this particular design, when I saw the size and the color of these blooms, I was like, okay, yes, I'd be willing to give that one a try. Their growing zones are 2 to 10. It's 20 seeds in this, and they were, I should have been telling y'all prices all along, but these were $3 for 20 seeds, which is, you know, pretty good, pretty okay. I think it says it requires either late fall or early winter sowing for spring emergence or cold moist stratification, which includes simply spacing them in a moist paper towel in a selected Ziploc bag and stored in your refrigerator for 1 month before planting. So that'll be interesting. I'll try to decide if I want to go ahead and winter sow them and then see how they come up for the spring. Maybe this might be a really good one to try for the milk jug method. That'll be interesting. About 2 feet tall, wide, with multiple blooms on each plant with a stunning red display. This next one is called Black and White Minstrel's Dianthus. Now, I love growing dianthus. I grow several varieties, but when I saw this particular one, which is black and white, or typically a really dark purple with white, I thought this is very different. I haven't really seen anything like this, so I thought they'd be pretty to try. They grow 1 to 2 feet, which I really thought was a massive variance, 1 to 2 feet. So that'll be really interesting. Zones 2 to 11. It's 20 seeds for about $2.50, which is pretty good. And then the scent on these is supposed to be really nice. So it's nearly black petals fringed in white. Ideal planting temperatures are between 60 and 70 degrees. So that'll be interesting. I might try to get these started over the winter and then get them planted out for the spring. So this next one is a green twister echinacea, and once again it looks like they have sold out of the particular type of seed, so I can't go back and research from this particular company about this particular seed. So once again, that's kind of a fault that I've kind of found about Etsy going into this. Now, obviously, green twister echinacea is a seed that you can get other places, so I can research about this seed, but it's always nice to be able to research from the actual company. And so this is basically, it's like pink in the center and green, light green on the outside, blooms midsummer to fall, attracted to pollinators, and this should be a really great cut flower. It's perennial for my zone. My zone is 8A. So one flower I've really enjoyed growing this year is straw flowers. I've enjoyed collecting these flowers, and I'll pop up a pic of all the dried ones I've collected so far, and I've got some projects planned for the fall, which I'm really excited about. So from this particular company, I ended up getting the Monster White Straw Flower. It is supposed to be, let me see how tall this guy is supposed to be. It's supposed to be 5 pure white monster rainbow straw flower seeds. Oh, this is for 5 pure white, okay. There's way more than 5 in here, 5 seeds in here. I mean, there's probably 50. So I'm guessing that they have a mistype on here. It's not 5 seeds, it's supposed to be 50 seeds in here, because I would never buy just 5 seeds. So anyway, my straw flowers get approximately 2 to 3 feet tall. These are monsters, so this will be interesting checking them out. They can be kept in a sunny window during the winter. So it says perennial, short-lived perennial, 2 to 3 years. So that'd be really interesting as some of my straw flowers come back. But I started all my straw flowers inside in February this year and then moved them all outside, and I've been very, very happy with their success. And then the last seeds that I got from this company is Pink Status. Now, I started growing Status for the first time this year, and they're just now really putting on some blooms and some growth, and all my children are coming in to throw their stuff away. Quickly, kiddos.
Sorry.
But I've been really happy with the Status flowers this year. I'll be interested to see if I get any back. I believe they're annuals. They're annual in all zones except 9 and 10. So if for some reason I end up having a little bit more of a mild winter, I might get a lot of my Status back. I definitely will be starting my Status earlier in the season. I started them a little bit later. I started doing them, I think, in April. But I will start them earlier in the season. But I've been very happy with Status. Excellent dried flower, and so I'm very excited to have just pink. Okay, that is all from that company, Enchanted Dreamer company on Etsy. And once again, I'll drop their information at the bottom of here so you can check it out. All of those seeds, I ordered 12 different items. I got shipping for free, and so it was plus tax. The whole total was $41.41 for 12 different types of seeds. All right. Okay, the next Etsy company that I ordered from was Nursery Seeds. So nurseryseeds.etsy.com. I'll drop that down there. It looks like it all comes from Washington. Nursery Seeds had a bazillion different options. I mean, tons and tons and tons of options. So that was really interesting. I loved getting my invoice from them because there's literally somebody went through with a pencil and like checked everyone. So that really gave me a good feeling of like, this is like a regular person, you know, who's selling these seeds. So I really kind of like that too, knowing that someone had individually gone through and checked off every single one, which I think was good. I got 7 different types of seeds. They gave me a shop discount of 10%, and my shipping was 0. Now, their seeds were expensive, and I did not get tons and tons of seeds with each one. So 7 different types of seeds with tax for $57.48. That's a lot, y'all. So some of my seeds were $9. So let me talk about each of these individual seeds. Okay, the first set of seeds I got are Lisianthus pelleted seeds. And if you don't know what a pelleted seed, it's a seed that has like a coating, because Lizzie likes different types of seeds, specifically Lisianthus, several other ones are so tiny. So they basically kind of put this little coating on them so it's easier to see the seed, and then the coating just dissolves in the seed, grows from that. So this is a magic apricot Lisianthus. I got 50 pelleted seeds, and they came in this sweet little container so that I wouldn't lose them. But 50 seeds cost me $9.25. So that'll be interesting. 50 seeds, the germination rate, they actually put the germination rate on here, 91% or better, which I thought was pretty dang good for Lisianthus seeds. Anybody who's tried to grow Lisianthus knows that it's tough. It's tough cookies, y'all. It's really tough to grow these. They put a lot of information. It said, we started these seeds in cell trays. We put in potting soil and place seeds about 1/8 of an inch deep. When we water seeds just enough to give them moist, and then stick them under a propagation dome cover. After all of this is done, we stick them under our grow lights. Then when plants get about 3 inches tall, we put them in 4-inch pots. These have to stay at about 75 degrees to germinate. So these, I'll actually have to put a thermometer by them. Inside my home is a good place for them to germinate. Because we keep our house at about 72 degrees. So this will be really, really good. So Lisianthus, that magic apricot, super magic apricot. One thing that I've really been wanting to grow in my yard is a true carnation. Now, a lot of people will say, well, a dianthus is a true carnation. I'm like, nah, I'm talking about the old school pink carnation that you get from the grocery store. Like, that's, pretty tall. So anyway, these seeds, this particular seed is carnation, chouad, picotee mix. I'm sure I butchered, or chobad. I'm sure I butchered that name. And of course it says dianthus, and I understand that there's a wide variety of dianthus, but I'm looking for kind of a bigger one. So this one is 24 inches tall, great for cut flowers, or they look really great in larger pots. They like to plant their carnations in 1 gallon pots because they seem to do better. So idea behind that, they're giving all this great information. I'll start these seeds inside. Once they've germinated and grown to about 3 to 4 inches, then I'll transplant them into 1 gallon pots. So I'm really glad that they put that information on there so that I know to do that. It also says its germination rate on here is 98% or better. Okay, so next is a set of seeds, Bells of Ireland, and it says Molicella. I'm sure I butchered that too for you guys. I've tried to grow Bells of Ireland before. I have not had success. This was 100 seeds for $7.75, just to kind of give you a price. 100 seeds I thought was really, really good. They get about 30 inches tall, and they're great for cut flowers. It also says you can dry these flowers pretty well, which that would be exciting to me to try to do this. It says they prefer to use cell trays on them. They use a propagation dome, and then they will need a temp of 65 to 75 degrees to germinate. They should take 8 to 10 days to start to sprout under right conditions. Set out when rooted well into larger pots. These should take about 12 weeks from seed to flower. I like all the information on these. These last two companies, I like the information that they put. It's just little stickers that they put on. There's photo, there's a name written, there's the name of their company, which I think is so smart. And when I get to some of these ones at the very end, you'll understand why I wasn't as impressed, but I'm still excited and willing to try them out. This next set of seeds was Eryngium Blue Hobbit, also known as sea holly or thistle. And I have not had any luck with these before. This one says 50 seeds. I paid $9 for 50 seeds, and its germination rate is about 85%. Put seeds in flat cell tray, keep moist. Germination takes 2 to 3 weeks after seedlings are 2 inches tall. Transplant to your garden or flats. If you want to plant direct, just pick a well-tilled spot and spread seeds. Cover and water lightly. Should germination in 2 to 3 weeks if weather's good. So I definitely will start these inside. I love the blue color of these thistle. I think they're so pretty and so unusual, and I would love to have this color in my garden. Okay, this next set is peony aster seeds. Now these are not peonies, these are actually aster seeds that kind of look like peonies. So don't get confused when I say peony aster seeds. These are absolutely aster seeds. And I got them in Duchess Coral Rose. It's 50 seeds for $8. It says sprinkle on top a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of potting soil or peat moss, or direct into field. Water seeds into new soil as flowers grow. Keep them moist. If you want to transplant these into pots, you can do so when they're 4 inches tall. 50 seeds, germination rate at 87% or better. I had some really good luck with asters this year, an apricot color, and so I'm really excited to do more of a bolder pink color. These are supposed to be about 28 inches tall, and the bloom's supposed to be a nice big size. So I'm excited to give these a try. Okay, the next set is another set of Lisianthus. These are Mariachi Lavender. It's 25 pelleted seeds for $9, y'all. It says the germination rate, if you follow all the directions, is 91% or better. So that'll be interesting to try. I would love to have Lisianthus, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, y'all. It's so hard, but I'm willing to give it a try. I've watched so many YouTube gardeners fail on Lisianthus. And these are like incredibly accomplished gardeners who have done this for a long time. And so it'll be interesting to give it a try. It is a little scary being like, I pay $9 for 25 seeds. So that'll be interesting. These are a beautiful lavender color. Okay, this next set is Delphinium Astolot flower seeds. I got 50 seeds for $8. The blooms are supposed to be this beautiful pink color, and I had a lot of success with delphinium this year that I grew from seed and then transplanted into my garden. So I feel a lot more confident, and I would like a lot more delphinium seeds to kind of work with. These get about 70 inches tall, so they're gonna have to be staked because they'll blow over easily. They are a pink color with a black center, which I think is very cool, and they bloom in the summer in like full sun. Hummingbirds and bees love them, so I think these will be really fun to try this year. It says their germination rate is 85% or better. Okay, so that is all from Nursery Seeds at Etsy. So those were great. Now, a couple other just random companies. This one set I got, it's all handwritten. There's a little bit of information on the back, but there's no information about the company on the seeds. So in the future, if I don't plant these this year and then I go back to them and I'm like, oh, they turn out great or whatever, and then I can't find the company again, which that's insane. So, you know, if you're selling seeds on Etsy, make sure you put the name of your company on the little seeds. And so for these, I ended up with Ruby Snapdragons, 50 seeds. I have no idea how much I paid for them because I can't access it. I know I can go back and look at my invoice, but I want to be able to, anyway, it's hard to, I just prefer that the name of the company actually be on the package. Makes sense. So these are annual, full sun. They emerge in 10 to 15 days. Also growing a perennial Delphinium King Arthur Royal Velvet, 25 seeds. So 1/8 of an inch to 4/4 of an inch deep, 70 inches high, germination 14 to 21 days, and they want full sun. And then finally from this company, Dianthus hedawigi, black and white, 15 seeds. They're an annual, full sun, lightly covered for germination. The height is 8 to 10 inches, so these are gonna be a low border plant, and then germination is 10 to 21 days. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my latest seed haul. All of these are from the Etsy shop. It's an online shop where you can buy tons of handmade things, all kinds of stuff, which is really fun. And I thought the idea of trying out seeds from there would be really fun. So I'll keep you guys updated in the spring on how these seeds do. It'll be really fun to see if I get better germination rates with these Etsys. These are all typical, with these Etsy seeds. These are all typically harvested by just a smaller farmer, which I think is kind of cool. So I think that'll be interesting. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you know when my latest videos are up, and make sure you drop me a comment and let me know about your favorite seed that you are looking at right now or that you are coveting, that you want to buy so bad. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.